Welcome to Spiritism Explored and Explained, where we take you on a journey of discovery of the other side, the spirit realm, the universe from which you came and shall return. Reincarnation. What is the reason for reincarnation? I am sure you have read or heard before that we are on Earth to learn. Essentially, we are in a classroom, learning by doing, absorbing new ideas and attitudes by experiences. Did you also know that most probably you're the one that selected your intended coursework? So when things get tough, you have no one to blame but yourself. We live our lives believing that we exist in the realm of chance. Somehow our parents conceived us, we grew up and went to school in some particular location, not of our choosing but by chance. It was a place where our parents decided to live at the time, another decision mandated by random occurrences. We go to college or into a profession by some whim or happenstance, such as an uncle knowing a person who knows another person. We strive and learn through our early adulthood. Sometimes we succeed and other times we fail miserably. We curse the events that led us to despair. Somehow we survive, and at each step we gather small morsels of wisdom along the way. We detest the lessons we had to learn, but nevertheless in our hearts we recognize the value of our accumulated knowledge. But what if, and just think about this for a minute, what if all of this was planned? No, not down to the last detail, but the broad strokes, the major and not so major events of your life, preordained, and not prearranged by some distant entity, but by you. Yes, you are the one who is responsible for this mess, this life of yours, both the good and the bad. Let's start at the beginning. In the Spirits book, Allan Kardec codified the answer as to why we must reincarnate. It was question 132. What is the aim of the incarnation of spirits? It is a necessity imposed of them by God as a means of attaining perfection. For some of them, it is an expiation. For others, a mission. In order to attain perfection, it is necessary for them to undergo all the vicissitudes of corporeal existence. It is the experience acquired by expiation that constitutes its usefulness. Incarnation has another aim, namely that of fitting the spirit to perform his share in the work of creation, for which purpose he is made to assume a corporeal apparatus in harmony with the material state of each world into which he is sent, and by means of which he is enabled to accomplish the special work in connection with that world which has been appointed to him by the divine ordering. He is thus made to contribute his quota towards the general weal while achieving his own advancement. Now, let's talk about planning for our new life. In the book Memoirs of a Suicide, psychographed by Yvonne Pierre, a group of spirits are told about planning of a new life by a veteran of reincarnation planning. This is what he said. The planning of events relating to a reincarnation will be rigorously studied, firmed up, and revised, always in accordance with utmost justice, in fulfillment of the highest expression of the immortal decree sanctioned by the Divine Master, which explains all the problems that afflict and bound humanity, to each according to his deeds. What is he telling us? He's telling us that our plans begin with what we must correct from a previous life and what we wish to learn in our next life. It is as if we are in high school, looking through all the college catalogs that have finally arrived, attempting to ascertain what our future will be. The basic conditions of planning are explained. This is what he says. Normally, candidates for reincarnation will choose their own trials with acres of thorns that will decelerate their days of their earthly lives, and where they will get the chance to amend the consequences of their guilty past. They themselves will beseech the guiding powers for new opportunities that will enable them to demonstrate their repentance and their desire to enter a redemptive path that will offer them the chance to correct the inferior impulses that drove them to their wrongful conduct. These trials can be experienced in a relatively sound body, if the mental suffering is extreme, or in a deformed body, or in a stricken one by incurable disease. It all depends on the extent of the offense and the demerits involved. So the patients themselves actually sketch out the chart for their future physical body and the plan for the principal and unavoidable events they must undergo, the logical and inseparable effects of the causes created by their infractions, but they are always assisted by their dedicated mentors. The lecture was given to suicides, and therefore he emphasized the amount of redemption in the new trials to teach them what they'd done wrong before. But this also applies somewhat to regular people, to people who have not done much harm, to people who have lived their life honorably. You will also want to learn new things. There may be things you want to expiate. You may want to rectify old wrongs. You will be part of that planning process. So therefore, the concept is that we ourselves will direct the trials and the type of physical covering we shall inhabit in our next life. Therefore, you yourself likely elected the body you are in while you were watching this video with the exact eyes that you chose. This is why we are on earth. We reincarnate, we learn, we go back to the spirit world, we plan our next life so we may learn some more, all in life after life on the path to perfection. If you'd like to learn more about all this works, please read my book, The Case for Reincarnation. It will explain to you exactly how we plan our life, how we plan our body, what trials that we may choose, how we are even helped by spirits in the life that we had planned, how family members come back over and over again in the same groups to help each other to learn through their lives. Also, to learn more about how Spiritism impacts your daily life, read my book, The 7 Tenets of Spiritism, how they impact your daily life. It is my personal journey to my discovery of Spiritism and how I saw and been able to detect the signs and signals of how the spirits are guiding me and how they guide all of us on a daily basis. God bless.